Here we have verse 8 of the 14th chapter, Gospel of John, in the midst of a conversation, presumably in the upper room, in which Jesus is assuring the disciples that as they have known Christ, they are now going to know the Father, that there's going to be a similar kind of understanding of his presence and so on, and that is part of the effect of Jesus, of course, going away. It was obviously lost to some degree on the disciples exactly what Jesus could mean. The man with the temerity to raise the issue was Philip, so we have lege from lego, I say, third person singular present active indicative, so he says. Indirect object here is auto, it's the dative singular masculine. He says to him, of course the antecedent referring to Jesus. The subject of the verb Philippos, Philip, disciple that shows up here and there, of course, in the narrative, and Philip is the one who poses the question, or at least makes the request. And then Kyrie, this is from Kyrios, it's the word for Lord, it's the vocative, so addressing Jesus, Lord, degzon, this is from deknumi, it means to show or to indicate. Actually, our English word indicate comes from this Greek word deknumi. So indicate to us or show us would be one way of rendering it. This is the second person singular, aorist active imperative, so it's a command. Lord, show. The indirect object here, to us. This is the second, rather the first person plural pronoun, so show to us. Tone, the article, masculine, singular, accusative, the patera, the father. So show to us the Father. Father is the direct object of the verb, and hemen here is the indirect object. Kai, the connective, and arche, this is from archeo. Fairly uncommon in the New Testament. It means to make something satisfied. If I use it in the first person, archeo, I would say I satisfy something, or I satisfy someone would be the idea. Here, of course, it's in the third person, present active indicative, so, and it satisfies or show us the Father, and it, referring to that event, that incident, would satisfy, would complete, or would bring to some sort of proper experience. Humen, it takes the dative, so this is the first person plural, dative, pronoun, same as we had up here. So Philip says, Lord, if you'll show us the Father, then that will satisfy us. That will meet the need we have, which apparently has been implied by what you've just said. Some have thought that maybe Philip is reflecting here something of what was at least suspected among the other disciples who were not with Jesus at the Transfiguration, that they wanted some experience along those lines as well. Apparently, Peter, James, and John had seen this rather remarkable display of the glory of Christ, and now in some ways maybe Philip is suggesting on behalf of the others who were not privy to that moment that they should have a similar kind of experience at this point. But of course Jesus' answer is going to meet that need and be clear enough with respect to the nature of that request.